MVP, MVP, MVP. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, let's be real. How are you not excited? The man, he did it. He got him one. Shout out to the MVP, Josh freaking Allen. We've been calling for it. We've been on this journey now, couple of years. We couldn't obviously get what we really wanted, which was that Super Bowl confetti raining on us. But if we couldn't get that one, shout out to this dang or AP NFL MVP. Josh Allen deserved it like a son of a gun, man. Back to back years now, man, where he's put together incredible seasons, man, that have had him in the conversation for MVP. We obviously know last year, man, Lamar Jackson was able to win it, but this year was different, man. The voters sided with Josh, and it was very, very just validating. You talk about all the hard work he's put in. You talk about all the criticism that he has had to, endure, and some of the questions about overall what his talent would look like and his production would look like this season with the departure of Stephon Diggs and company, right? But he puts together his best season as a professional. He puts together his best season in terms of having his team prepared to win each and every week, taking him to the AFC Championship game. Shoot. Not only did he ball out and still put that cape on, but we also saw him elevate, because we would say that this Bills team wasn't as talented player for player per se than some of the other teams that he's had in the past couple of seasons. But we would say that, man, this team played and operated the best largely because of how he was running the show. Cutting out on them turnovers, man. That was the big thing. At least that's what they all told us last year when Lamar won, right? Because I know if we're going to talk stats last year, I mean, the stats were statting. But we ain't want to talk stats last year. So don't give me no stats this year, baby. The stats this year are he cut down on them turnovers, still had the 2 seed, had everything locked up. What, with 5 weeks left in the season? So what are we even talking about? And then just for, good measures, he did go ahead and there. Not that it mattered in the voting, but he did go out there, just about a couple weeks ago in the postseason to do what he needed to do versus that man as well. But heck of a final class, man, of MVP finalists, man. When you're talking about Josh Allen obviously winning it, Lamar Jackson, man, 2-time MVP, heck of a season, was obviously nominated for Offensive Player of the Year as well. Talk Saquon Barkley. Saquon, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Saquon, baby. Come on now. Obviously, him, man, Offensive Player of the Year, but he was also nominated for MVP. You talk about Joe Burrow, man. We know he put together a heck of a season. Comeback Player of the Year. Shout out to him for that. But that was another guy he had to beat out. And then last but certainly not least, Jared Goff, man. We knew Jared Goff was cooking in Detroit this season. And rightfully so. I mean, all those guys were very, very deserving of MVP consideration. But to me, I think they got it right, man. When you think about what Josh was doing, you look at the pieces around him in terms of his supporting cast. The only outright Pro Bowl that he had to start was Deion Dawkins. Now, we obviously know we added some other guys on offense as alternates started to pop up. But when you compare his amount of all-star or his amount of Pro Bowlers or even all pros to Ravens, right? To the Eagles, to the Lions, it's like, man, you start going down the list, you're like, Josh was cooking with a lot less, help personnel-wise around him. And to me, I think that's another thing that just adds to it. And then when you talk about the context, because it's not just stats, right? And I think we've all learned that based off of the past couple of years. If that's the case, Joe Burrow would have won it this year. Dak Prescott would have won it last year, and so forth and so forth. But what I will say is, man, when you're looking at just the full body of work and you're taking into context the game in and game out vibes, how a guy is operating, and not to mention Josh, I mean, he didn't play almost 16 quarters of football, just sitting out, in the back half of some of these games, man. So you definitely love to see that as well, man. But like I said, man, MVP, third one in Bills history, man. We know the first one is O.J. Simpson, RP to the Juice, man. After that, man, we had Thurman Thomas. Shout out to Thurman. Also winning the MVP, and now the most recent one, the guy, Josh freaking Allen. Oh, man, it's got me hyped, man. I'm feeling good over here. I got my Welcome to the Ralph t-shirt on, man. All right, whenever good things like this happen, it just take me back to the nostalgia, all right? Shout out to the nostalgia here, man. Let's get it, man. But let me know your thoughts, though, on Josh Allen winning the MVP for the season, man. And the people that he beat out, How you feel about it? Did he deserve it to you? Who would you have given it to? But either way, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, just remember this one thing. Don't nobody circle the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.